the 6-foot tree. It's flocked, and ordered it on Black Friday on Amazon using an extra code. Ended up getting it for about half the regular price, and we remodeled the bedroom earlier in the summer and have this little corner here in the bedroom, and thought about putting up a tree in that corner. We have a larger tree up in the living room, and Aslan is checking it all out. So we'll get this unboxed and see how it goes. Just opened the box, and what I like already is they have it wrapped up, and so the flocking is not going to be dropping out all over the floor, and it's not all loose in the box. I've never had a flocked tree before, and so this will be interesting, but I like what I see already. Got the bottom section put into the stand, and the stand has 4 legs, and I like that because I've seen plenty and have owned ones in the past that only had 3 legs, and so it was easier to knock those over. And Aslan continues to monitor everything. I was in the process of setting up the bottom of the tree and found a package in the bottom of the box that had the cord and extra bulbs in it, and also first time I've ever seen a tree that included some gloves to make it easier on your hands to set it up. I'm glad for that, because this will be the 3rd tree I've worked with in the last few days between my house and someone else's. So those gloves will come in handy. I've gotten the tree up and everything all plugged in, and I like how warm these lights are. I don't plan to put any additional lights on the tree. I don't need flashing ones or anything like that, since it'll be in the bedroom, so a nice warm light will be good. The only problem I had, it took a few minutes on a couple of the plugs. The plug that goes into the wall, the plug that goes from the tree to the wall was bent. It's like a thin plastic, and a couple of those that were on the tree to connect one section to the other was the same way, so I had to spend a few minutes pushing it together and getting the little prongs to plug in. It's not a standard plug from one section to the other like trees of the past. I haven't bought a new tree in a number of years. So anyway, this is after getting it pretty well shaped up. I plan on pushing it up against the wall there, and this is how much flocking came off, which isn't too bad compared to a bunch of the other videos I've seen with reviews of other trees where people said that so much of the flocking came off. But this worked out pretty good, and I was glad to have those gloves to use, and I'll keep those on hand for future use also. They made it much easier to protect my hands. So let's get it decorated, and we'll see how it turns out. Finishing up with the review of this 6-foot flocked tree that I got from Amazon, and I used an angel on the top of the tree that I've had already, and I set out to decorate it in white, silver, and purple, and this is what we have. Now the flocking I think is very good quality. The lights are very nicely flocked, and it's a nice warm glow, and that's really good since we are using this in the bedroom. And a few of these ornaments I already had because I pick up handmade ornaments whenever I go out of town, and some of them are a few from Hobby Lobby this year. And I also already had the tree skirt. So overall, it seems like this is a really good quality flocked tree from what I've seen so far. And I have some other ornaments and somehow cannot locate them at the moment. So there may be more purple ornaments on the tree as it gets closer to Christmas. If nothing else, I'll make my own because I make pottery. Here's the name of the Christmas tree company. And the only complaint that I have right now is where I already stated in another section of this video is the thin plastic that is around the connectors where you connect the tree lights to each other and then to the wall. And it took a few minutes with a couple of them because they were bent, and I had to straighten them out with my hands and push the little plugs into each other. Thank you for joining me while I put up an extra Christmas tree this year.